Yeah. Point Black coming in hard early morning, you know how we do. Gotta stay on their neck 24/7. You know what I mean? We can't let up all these demons in our country because they have been doing a whole lot of bullshit and think that everybody's just supposed to go along with it as usual because they got away with that bullshit for many years. But we're not having it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to expose every move they make until they get the picture. Are we tired of you? And you're doing a bunch of garbage. You're doing a bunch of garbage. You know what I'm saying? So this is PBNN Point Black National News coming with the heat from the motherfucking street and coming with the flow straight from the barrio and coming with the facts to crack backs. This is how we do. You know what I'm saying? This is the late edition and the ghetto edition as well. You know what I'm saying? We ain't playing with them. They want to talk all this yin yang, patty whack, give a dog a bone, but we're not in that with them. You know what I'm saying? So we've got to crack them backs. Yeah, we got to crack some backs. You know what I mean? And we're seeing a lot of different things going on this morning line and also a news break at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But now we're looking at the fact of you know, the demon Democrats are still at it. You know what I'm saying? They're still at it and they still at that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And we have to look at that because every move they make is to destroy or break down the full defense of what protects American people based in the House of Congress and the legislation. You know what I'm saying? In the legislation. You know what I'm saying? These demons want to go right past all that, straight to just ramming and slamming everyone. And it seems like every time it comes up, they're on the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Now we look at the Senate Republicans, you know what I'm saying, the Senate Republicans have blocked for the second time this year, you know what I'm saying, a demon Democrat measure and aim to enact a sweeping federal election law change. There go the key word. Law change. Demon Democrats, outlaws hiding behind the law, using our elected officials or electing themselves as an elected official and a lawmaker. So now they're behind the law. They can use the law. They're inside the walls. You know what I'm saying? And using our laws against us and for the benefit of themselves. So we have to come off that bullshit and not allow no demon Democrat to get elected, be up in office, hiding behind the law, and then taking our laws and then using them. So when we decide that we're going to rebel against the garbage that they're doing, they behind the law. Oh yeah, I'm in the law. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the office here. You know, he hiding behind the law. You know, get them. You know what I'm saying? And using our law against us. Can't allow that. So now we see they want to change the election laws. You know what I'm saying? And make changes to it. No good. It should still remain the same and it should stay strong as ever. A move that is certain to increase pressure. You know what I'm saying? Pressure on the majority. Pressure on the majority to change to change how you put that, the chamber's filibuster rules. Now, my point is why you want to keep on trying to change the filibuster rules and put pressure on the chamber. You know what I'm saying? You cannot do that because the filibuster must remain there. What people must understand, instead of running around here laughing and grinning and talking all like yin yang patty whack, give a dog a bone, you must understand when these clowns hide behind our laws as lawmakers and elected officials, making you think that he's some kind of great lawmaker, he's hiding behind that and using that at the same time to crush your head. So, and it comes down on the American people. So by removing the filibuster rules, that means that nothing stands in their way. They could pass any law they want to without a haggle or even a debate. So we must keep the filibuster in its place. It's the same thing as if like you go to court and the judge is up there. Now your lawyer comes in and he's going to haggle for you. So he's haggling back and forth with the other district attorney or whoever is on the other side of the bridge, and they're arguing back and forth whether you did or you didn't, or the this or the that. Now imagine if there was no judge. Imagine if there was no judge and no one to hackle with. You know what I'm saying? No one to fight your case or do this and that. You know what I'm saying? They would just bring you in and say guilty, whether you did it or whether you didn't. There would be nobody to argue back and forth, to argue, to straighten out the facts and the evidence, so it show a clear picture of whether you are guilty or not. Same thing the filibuster does. They bring in a mandate or some bullshit on the people, you know what I'm saying, without the filibuster and the Republicans and the different people arguing back and forth before the bill can be passed, which is called a filibuster in itself, and haggling back and forth, you know what I'm saying, it'll go right past. And next thing you know, everybody would be in trouble with these clowns. You know what I'm saying? Every Senate Republican opposed the vote to start debate on the voting right bill, which is a good thing. The bill is a compromise, we should say. The bill is a compromise, but a good one. It's a bill that every Senate Democrat is united behind exertionally. In other words, they fighting. I'm going to use that stupid ass word. They are behind it because they want to make that change. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They want to make that enthusiastically. They want to make that change. You know what I'm saying? When we look at it, said and when you look at it, Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is right there with them. You got to get him out of there. It's time to get rid of Schumer because he is a demon Democrat and he's fucking up New York. All like the rest of them too. Laura Corwin, Steve Ballone, all of them are there to screw up New York, and he's up there right in the middle of it trying to knock down the filibuster so he could do what he wants to New Yorkers, and New Yorkers don't have nobody to represent or the filibuster to block his ass. Let's be 100. But you're talking about misinformation and blocking the American people and New Yorkers from speaking their mind and having somebody to haggle or something in the way to haggle it up. You know what I'm saying? But we look at it, he's all up in there. Chuck Schumer. Chuck the Duck Schumer. Oh yeah, he's up in there, you know. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Before the vote, Schumer had worked to get moderate Democrats, Joe McCain, you know what I'm saying, behind, you want to get Joe McCain behind the proposal, you know, known as the Freedom to Vote Act. Yeah, who freedom to vote? Every single body that come into this country that we don't know who they are, they just jumped into this country by 400 billion, and now they voting 400 billion against our candidate, and we can't get a legitimate Republican in office who's going to look out for New Yorkers and New York people or people in general in America. So the whole state and every state in America becomes demon Democrat while you down the filibuster, and then you bringing down all kinds of rules on these people's head and mandates, and the Supreme Court up there looking like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 jumping jack bean, yellow belly snakes. Come on. Let's be 100 here. Let's be 100 here and stop playing around. Let's be 100 here. You know what I'm saying? The legislation is a product of the demon Democrat concerned about the waves of the sinister new voting laws, you know what I'm saying, in a red state. Following the false claims of former Donald J. Trump. See what I told you? See what I told you? You see what I told you? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But what you people don't understand I guess it's Donald J. Trump that the 2000 election was stolen, is what Trump was saying. Now, we have to say this. Trump ain't the sharpest or maybe the most sanest dude in the game of politics and presidency. He has his flaws, just like Biden. Don't come with that garbage. The reason why Biden wasn't exposed based on the garbage that he had done for years in this country, you know what I'm saying, is because every dumb nigga and everybody seems to want to be a demon Democrat without research. So they wait for generation to generation to the generation become so dumb to what's going on politically and who they are politically, going all the way back to the James Polk and all these different Ku Klux Klan slave masters and all them who are Democrats, and most of them were. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to look at that. They want you to look at here and now. Oh, the Democrats are so great. You know, they do everything for us and they love us so much, but you never got shit out of it and you're still poor and you're still hurting. And now they want to do what they want to do. There's garbage to you. So let's be 100. Let's be 100. You know what I'm saying? But what we have to understand, and the point is that if a true candidate goes up there and he is a Republican, he's not going to get anywhere. He's not going to be able to help you. But their rules are going to come down on you. Even Democrats going to bring them rules down on you. You know what I'm saying? But the Republican who wants to go up there, he's not going to be able to do that, because if Donald J. Trump or you go up there, let's say you're a Republican and you're running for office, and you decide, okay, I'm running, and you have a nice run, everything you're winning, you know what I'm saying? Then he picks up a little, the demon Democrat pick up a little past you, then you as a Republican, you pick up a little past them, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, your votes stop moving, and they just keep going, and then they get to the electoral college, and they cheat you out of the election. Who's to say and how's to say you to defend yourself as a candidate running to say that they cheated you out of it when they did? So how are you going to haggle that? When they're getting rid of the filibuster, they're doing all kinds of garbage. And now your candidate, every single candidate. So that means that the demon Democrat is fighting for ultimate rule, no change. Always demon Democrat. That is not a good thing for our country, and that is not about the freedom of this country, nor is about the government in which was put into place to have a majority, and the people will be screwed over. Instead of a president and a true candidate for the people, you're going to have a true candidate of dictatorship that could bring in anybody. They could bring in anybody in our country. They could pay them, let the people pay them, come and do all kind of corn, all this shit. This is what Schumer's trying to do. You know what I'm saying? But he's trying to make it out to seem like it's so beautiful. And we're just trying to get, you be able to vote, the handicapped, the poor, anybody won't be forgotten. Same thing they're doing with the climate control. Like they could control the climate. They're stealing money. You know what I'm saying? But when we look at Manchin, the demon Democrat, I guess, from West Virginia, refused to endorse a more he refused to endorse a more comprehensive reform effort by the caucus in June, saying it lacks bipartisanship, which is right. It do lack bipartisanship. You know what I'm saying? Bipartisanship input, and encroach too far on the state's rights to run an election. But after months of trying, months of trying to corral the GOP support, Manchin has found none. Because nobody want the bullshit. Who the fuck want that bullshit? Who the demon Democrats think they're fooling? You want dictatorship, don't come with that bullshit. Let's be honest here. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest here. You know what I'm saying? And we're looking at this situation for what it is. Nobody have time to sit here and play around. You know what I mean? So, and then now we're hearing that a second Facebook whistleblower saying she will testify before Congress and that she's would share information based on Mark Zuckerberg crooked pedophilia looking self. You know what I'm saying? Now he's talking about changing the name. Facebook is now changing it, but you change the name, it don't change the game. Let's be honest with you. You could change the name, but you ain't changing the game. You full of doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? You full of doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to the filibuster, you know what I'm saying? When we look at the garbage that's going on, even with that, you know what I'm saying? Mark Zuckerberg was a component of that bull crap, as we see. You know what I'm saying? As we see a lot of bull crap going on with him. We also see a focus on the climate, family in trimmed, of 2 point something trillion plan. You know what I'm saying? When we look at it now, they're racing to try to cover that situation, as we see. So they're not fooling anyone. You know what I mean? Scaling down his uh build back build back better plans. President Joe Biden Tuesday, excuse me, described a more limited version of the Demon Democrats lawmakers of a $2 trillion government overhaul package with at least 500 billion to tackle climate change and money for the middle class. You see how he adding in? See this manipulation? 500 billion for the middle class priorities and child tax credit. Sounds so good, but you ain't gonna see it. What you're gonna see is the middle class ain't gonna get shit. The child tax credit, we're lucky if we see that, which could come in. What good is that really gonna do us? You know what I'm saying? To pay families, you know what I'm saying? To pay a tax credit, paid family leaves, and health care, and free kindergarten. All those things should have been in place already. So you're just repeating something that either is there or should have been there a long time ago. So you're not saying nothing. It's all about them stealing the money. You know what I mean? Let's be 100. You know what I'm saying? And he expects the negotiations to wrap up as soon as this week. You know what I'm saying? But if you ask me, he needs to level it down and keep his ass in check. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no way of just running across the border and think that everybody is they're gonna take, and they're taking money and it's coming down to who's gonna pay it back. The president met privately, you know what I'm saying? He met privately into the evening with nearly 20, you know what I'm saying, centrists and progressives, lawmakers in a separate group. A separate group as Democrats, you know what I'm saying, appeared ready to abandon what had been a lofty, or I would call it, you know what I'm saying, a lofty, you know what I'm saying, 3.5 trillion package for a smaller, more workable proposal that can unite the party and win, the passage in the closely divided Congress. Let's be honest here. Nobody in that booth. The Republicans need to be on his neck every step of the way. And Mark Zuckerberg got some nerve to call himself with his pedophilia looking self and working for Joe Biden to censor everybody's comments on Facebook, MySpace, YouTube, Instagram. And he has the nerve to be up there censoring people's comments and censoring the truth, no matter what it is. You know how to eliminate garbage, and you know how to take on somebody who's talking sense. You're not a child, and we don't need Mark Zuckerberg or any Facebook garbage ass looking punk to tell us, you know what I'm saying, what we can say and cannot say. You know what I'm saying? It was happy when he created Facebook, and everybody was enjoying it. Oh, I'm on Facebook. Woo! Hey, let me jiggle my butt on Facebook. And all that good stuff was going on Facebook, and he in everybody business, you know what I'm saying, due to his bullshit. But now when it comes time for Corona, you know what I'm saying, and what went on, and people speaking the truth, and so all of a sudden now Joe Biden called him up and tell him to censor everybody comment on the vibe that tells you something is wrong. That red flag should have went up. Mark Zuckerberg ain't no more than a straight up crook. Let's be honest, talking about some goddamn Facebook. You ain't fooling me, Mark Zuckerberg. I'm on your neck. You're full of garbage then, and you're full of garbage now, and you're probably going to be full of garbage in the future. So don't come with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Don't come with that bullshit. We even look at the playbook, you know what I'm saying, on the PM. We're looking at the playbook on the PM. You know what I'm saying? The new polling on Biden, Trump, and McConnell, and Pelosi. You know what I'm saying? Coming in with part two.